Hello, this is Julian with Coffee Reviews, and today I will be reviewing Counterculture Coffee out of Durham, North Carolina. I am currently outside of the Jubala Coffee on Hillsborough, across from the North Carolina State campus, and I will be trying their Okolu Natural Ethiopia. So let me go ahead and take a sip. Alright, this is a big one. This is a huge review. One of the most important coffee roasters in the world. I would say, yeah, maybe, I don't even know how to begin with Counterculture. Pioneer, they're right up there with Intelligentsia, Stumptown, and yeah, Counterculture themselves. The three big ones, the ones that helped pioneer third wave coffee. I can't begin to express how much admiration and respect I have for the company of Counterculture. Being in North Carolina, it was a must. I stopped by their factory, took a photo from outside, finally made the pilgrimage, and now I'm going to be trying a shop that does their coffees, 3 different pour-over options, asked the barista for her favorite, and this was their suggestion. My history with Counterculture, of course, goes back quite a bit. I've known about them for a very long time. A coffee shop I used to live next to would bring in Counterculture frequently, and I would try their coffee from time to time. One of my favorite espressos I remember ever having from Counterculture. They do good. Like, Counterculture is, I mean, iconic, legendary, historic. And of course, the main thing I did with them was in my tier list video, I said I put them in the good category because I do like them better than I like Intelligentsia or Stumptown. A lot better than I like Intelligentsia and Stumptown. Of the big three, they're definitely my favorite coffee roaster. And while they're not up there at the same level as my favorites, my personal favorites like Onyx and Sweet Bloom, they're still a very, very quality coffee roaster. And I've never ever looked at their coffee and said, I'm not that interested. They've become so big to a point that they're in Whole Foods stores pretty much everywhere. Everywhere in the country I can find Counterculture coffee, which is crazy to me. It wasn't that long ago I couldn't find Counterculture at coffee shops I was looking at all over Colorado, but now they're such a big empire and like still so important that it's not hard to find their coffee anywhere anymore. There's so many places that just use Counterculture exclusively. They have workshops now in places even like Seattle. So there's a Cherry Street Cafe that's very close to my place that serves just exclusively Counterculture. Counterculture's everywhere. And this right here is the closest I will be getting to actually trying Counterculture, making me a cup of their coffee. We're in their city, we're having their beans, and we're having, well, I guess Raleigh, next to Durham, but this shop right here, I mean, they focus specifically on Counterculture coffee beans. So I'm super excited to give you my thoughts on this coffee, and I'll take one more sip before I talk about it. Actually, I do need to talk about the shop real quick as well. As mentioned, we have 3 pour-over options. The other one was Uganda, and I think, I don't want to, I think maybe the last one was in Nicaragua, but I think I might be wrong on that. Drip option as well. Coffee shop inside is very nice. Looks very nice on the inside. I don't think I have too much more to say about it. It looks like a coffee shop for me. A great area right across the North Carolina State campus, is already mentioned too. But yeah, I mean, we're here for this coffee specifically, so let's go ahead and talk about this. We're focusing on Counterculture. Okay, and I will start out with the only negative. It seems to, the more it cools off and the more it tapers off, the less I'm getting the exciting stuff from it. So while it started out as pretty vibrant, as it's cooled down a little bit, I'm not getting as much out of it. It's kind of finishing with a like honeycomb milk chocolate thing that is kind of common. I think I've probably said that a lot in my videos, but that's the way this coffee has tapered off into. It started out very bright, very blueberry forward, as you'd expect from a natural Ethiopia. Blueberries, oranges, like very, very nice cup of coffee. And now I'm getting a bit of lemon zest as well. I think it's a good cup of coffee. I've said in my previous videos, I have such a high standard for natural Ethiopias that I really want every natural Ethiopia to kind of like knock it out of the park. Find something new, find something special, find those hidden fruits, find that hidden gem. And while this cup of coffee is good, that's what I've come to expect from Counterculture. Even in their size, they've maintained a quality that I like and respect more than the other two. And for that reason, this coffee is good. I'm not going to put it still at the same level as other coffee roasters, but again, this is Counterculture. Massive respect for everything. This coffee shop here is a recommend. Bordering on a highly recommended, very nice coffee shop. It's great that you have your options in Counterculture coffee. And as far as this coffee specifically goes, I can't say pass on this. This is a recommend, but I don't know. I think you could find something more unique, more original than this from Counterculture. I feel like maybe this isn't my first choice. I'm going to sample the Uganda and I'm not going to review it, but I also got that in the hopes that it'll be something different or unique because I wanted to try that personally as well. So this review's been a little longer, but I tried to keep it as short as possible. There's still too much I haven't even touched on about Counterculture, but I think just wrapping this up, this coffee right here is I'm going to put them both in a recommend, and it's not a very strong recommendation. It's kind of on the end, but I have to put respect on that name. So this has been a review of Counterculture in Durham, North Carolina, brewed by Jubala Coffee in Raleigh, North Carolina. Thank you for watching.